That was really hard. But now I feel good. The satisfaction that comes after a hard day of work. But it's going to be so worth it. I'm stoked on it. I'll never have to do this again. Alright, before we get started, I have to tell you guys, this was absolutely the toughest job I've ever done. It took me way longer than planned. It was incredibly challenging. So, if you're going to tackle this job, just be warned. What's up, guys? So, today we're going to finally do the rear subframe reinforcements on my E46 M3. This is a job that I've been putting off since I bought the car. It's just a lot of work. But it's important, so we're going to start upgrading things that need to be upgraded. So today we're starting with the Condor Speed Shop E46 M3 rear subframe reinforcement kit. Some quality metal. So we're going to put these on. We're also going to do the rear subframe bushings from Condor. We're also going to upgrade the differential mount. So we've got a lot of parts to put on this car. It's a tough job. We got to remove the whole subframe, exhaust, gas tank, I think, everything from the trunk, grind it down, weld it on, and put everything back together. A lot of work. I'm not looking forward to it. But let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so everything's out of the trunk. Now we can lift the car and start tearing apart the underneath. Have I mentioned how much I don't want to do this? I mean, I do, but I don't. We gotta pull everything off of here. Everything. A lot to do, so lots to do, so let's get started. Alright, it's going good, we're making progress. Alright guys, the subframe is off the car, finally. That was really hard. But now I feel good. The satisfaction that comes after a hard day of work. It's kind of a pain. Had to disconnect the brake lines, bleed the brakes, disconnect the emergency brakes. We did that from the inside. Made it a lot easier. Anyway, so this thing is pulled apart. We're going to upgrade some of these parts tomorrow, and we're going to probably pull off the gas tank, make it safer to weld, clean up the underside, scrub everything, see if I've got any cracks, prep everything, grind it, and then weld reinforcement plates on, paint it, undercoat it, and then start putting this back together. Ugh, a lot of work. But it's going to be so worth it. I'm stoked on it. I'll never have to do this again. To be continued. Maybe we'll finish this all in one video. Alright, all clean. We do have to remove this bolt, but there's no cracks. Over here, I think we've got one hairline crack right there. No cracks here, and no cracks here. So this subframe is in excellent shape. I had my friend, an expert welder, do the underside because they had to be perfect. The trunk has to be good. but they don't have to be pretty. So I'm gonna do them myself. Here goes. Let me stop you right here. Trying to get these old bushings out, they seem to not want to go. It would just push and give, and I did not want to tear them, and I did not want to burn them. But what I found is you take a torch, just heat up the outside, it makes the rubber inside kind of soft and gooey, pops right out. Little tip for you. And right here, this set me back a few days. I breezed right through it in the video, but something happened when I was putting this bolt back in, this 21mm bolt, and it stripped. So I had to take it to my brother-in-law, a machinist. We threaded everything, got it all fixed, put it in good as new. I'm just telling you, it was difficult and it was a delay. So take your time, do it right. This was another spot that was super difficult. To be able to reattach this subframe to the car while the suspension components and everything were all put together was extremely challenging. I had to jack up everything ever so slightly, basically on front and each of the rear points, the rear corners. Just got it perfectly lined up so that those 4 mounting points would be lined up with the holes. It was difficult, took me a lot of time, but we got it in the end. I can't even remember all of the things that slowed me down. It literally took me weeks. Now, that was in part because of a busy schedule, just going back and forth and only really being able to do it like a night or two a week and then weekends. That's why it took me so long to put this video together for you. But I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it made sense. This M3 is tight. It is all put back together. It's good as new. After all this, I went and took and got an alignment. Those are my alignment specs. About 3.5 degrees on the front, 2.5 degrees on the rear. But it is dialed in perfectly. Everything is put back together, torqued to spec, very carefully. And I love it. Anyway, that's all I got. Thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe, and we'll see you soon.